If there's one thing in the world that everyone wants, it's beauty. And if there's anything in the world that people are most insecure about, it's their own bodies. This has resulted in a generation of people crazed about getting the perfect face and the perfect bodies, even if it lands them on the operation theater. With more and more celebrities getting plastic surgeries and opening up about them, the extent of the horrors of plastic surgery is finally becoming obvious. There's a cautionary tale for anyone who is getting swept off their feet by the glamour and charm of plastic surgery. It has another side, and it's so dark it will make anyone think twice before getting under the knife. What are the horrible consequences of plastic surgery, and which celebrities have suffered these consequences? Let's have a look.
I was scared to death, to be honest. I was scared for my life.
Up until a few years ago, the only time people thought about getting plastic surgery was in cases of accidents and burns. It was a medical procedure reserved for the worst of accidents. But as the trends shift in our fashion and beauty industries, they do so in people's lives as well. There was a time when it was news when a celebrity got plastic surgery. Today, it's more shocking if you ever come across a celebrity who hasn't had any procedures done to their bodies. Despite how popular plastic surgery may be, it has some horrible effects that get brushed under the rug.
My name is Cherry Tung. I once got plastic surgery and I totally regret it.
Hollywood is a trendsetter on and off the screen when it comes to beauty standards. A single fashion look by an actress or actor can start by a trend that stays popular for years. Millions of people sit at their phone screens all day long and analyze their bodies and faces of celebrities.
It can be extraordinarily traumatizing to be in the public eye all the time and to be compared to your sisters or to be compared to other celebrities or to be constantly ridiculed for the way you look.
Celebrities face the immense pressure of looking perfect at all times. They go through insane workout routines and fitness plans to keep their bodies perfect. But even then, a lot of them develop body image issues that make them hate their bodies. After all, it's hard to be content with how you look when there are countless people picking at your appearance on the internet. A plastic surgeon talked about the role of social media in the rise in plastic surgery. We're seeing social media setting all kinds of trends as people are having faster and more frequent access to latest celebrity looks and trends. This has resulted in a whole new problem. Now it's a miracle if there's a celebrity out there who hasn't gone under the knife at least once. There are so many celebrities out there who have ruined their faces completely trying to attain a look that they deemed perfect. Some of these celebrity mishaps are so bad that they leave these stars looking unrecognizable.
Even the shape of your face has changed.
As you know, I've had no plastic surgery on my face, just my nose.
Famous stars like Michael Jackson were loved by millions around the world. Michael was a gift from God for most people of his time. Who would have thought that a man of that status would be so insecure about his face that he would completely change it? Michael's transformation left him a completely changed man. He didn't even look at his race anymore. But the worst part is he denied getting any work done, even though it was clear as day.
The press decided to add on all this stuff. Nothing's been done to my eyes, cheekbones, chins, lips, nothing.
Similarly, the list of Madonna's facial procedures makes one wonder what even is left of her real face at all.
So in summary, I think facelifts, neck lifts, she's had 3, brow lifts, 3, upper and lower blepharoplasty, at least 2 each, left ptosis repair.
That's not all. She's had countless syringes of fillers injected into her face to make her face look youthful and bright.
Buccal fat removal, many syringes of filler, possibly fat transfer, possibly some cheek or jaw implants.
Even the most loved and admired celebrity, Dolly Parton, had so many body image issues that she opted for surgery. She spoke about it once. "I was not a natural beauty, and I always wanted to be pretty. I just have such an outgoing personality that it's fitting that I would be overdone." Friends star Lisa Kudrow thought she was hideous before she had the procedure done. "I went from, in my mind, hideous to not hideous. I did it the summer before going to a new high school." Turns out, just like any average person, all these darling celebrities with their thousands of dollars worth of wardrobes and stylists and makeup artists are just as insecure about their bodies. But getting plastic surgeries to deal with insecurities is a dangerous practice, and many celebrities have had to suffer the consequences of this unsafe practice. Just days ago, a shocking death left everyone terrified of plastic surgery once again. Jacky Oh was a model, influencer, and Wild 'N Out star. Millions of people looked up to her and followed her journey. In what would become her last trip to Miami, the star underwent a mommy makeover. A mommy makeover could include a lot of different procedures like tummy tuck, breast augmentation, breast lift, liposuction, and vaginal rejuvenation surgery. But typically, the standard mommy makeover entails a tummy tuck and breast augmentation. She had previously talked about her body issues in an interview in 2017. I looked in the mirror and said, "Damn, I need to lose some damn weight because my stomach looking crazy. But you know how it happens. I had a baby." Jacky's demise sent shivers down everyone's spine. A young, beautiful mother of 3 gone so soon just because of this dangerous idea of chasing the perfect body. Fans of the star took to social media to warn other women not to opt for these procedures. One wrote, "It's terrible seeing the news about Ms. Jacky Oh and DC. Ladies, please understand how dangerous surgery is, regardless of the surgeon. Someone is literally cutting you open and then putting you back together. Death is always a possibility. Please think twice before going under the knife." Jacky Oh's plastic surgeon came under fire for his lack of care during the procedure, which resulted in her death. Apparently, the surgeon has several other controversies under his belt as well. He regularly sues patients who leave negative reviews for his procedures. He filed a $30,000 lawsuit against a client in July of 2021 due to her review, where she wrote that the surgery had mutilated her. Instead of solving her problem and giving her the care she desperately needed after his botched surgery, he decided to take her to court. He called her reviews false and defamatory and failed to take any accountability for his actions. If this had been the first time for such an incident, one could consider it an accident or a genuine mistake, but then he went on and sued another client who claimed that the doctor did not have happy patients. Why had Jacky Oh opted for such a surgeon who had so many unhappy patients is a question that will never be answered. But there's one thing clear as day. The wrong choice of plastic surgeon can land you 6 feet under in no time. This wasn't the first time a famous person had passed away from getting excessive plastic surgery done. Kanye West's mother suffered a similar fate when she went to an ill-equipped plastic surgeon and ended up losing her life. Donda West was the backbone behind Kanye's successful career in life. She helped him get on his feet and excel in the music industry. Kanye was really close to his mother and talked about her saying, "This is my mother. I love her. She's my best friend in the whole world. My mother let me work on music. She helped me out. She used to drive me to the studio. She was really my first manager. She's still my general manager." Despite being the mother of the biggest rapper of his time and having all the money in the world, Donda ended up losing her life after a simple plastic surgery. Donda had heart failure after the operation and lost her life before anyone could intervene. She had liposuction, a tummy tuck, and breast reduction. The operation ended up being the cause of her death and a reminder to everyone. Even the best doctors in the world aren't a confirmation that plastic surgery would be successful. Donda's surgeon, Dr. Adams, wasn't just any doctor. He was a celebrity himself. He was a Harvard graduate and appeared on The Oprah Winfrey Show, and once had his own television program. Despite being the best in his field, he couldn't predict how badly things would go for Donda and the complications that would arise after the operation. Christina Ashton Gurkhani, a popular OnlyFans model and Kim Kardashian lookalike, recently lost her life after her cosmetic procedure went awry. She had also suffered a sudden cardiac arrest after her plastic surgery procedure went wrong. Her family denied commenting anything about plastic surgery, but still wrote, "Her sudden and tragic passing is currently being investigated as a homicide related to a medical procedure that took a turn for the worse." Other celebrities have barely escaped the clutches of death after their aesthetic procedures. Love Island star Anna Vakil recently recalled her experience of getting plastic surgery where she almost lost her life. She never imagined that her experience would leave her so scarred and traumatized. Anna had previously had plastic surgery done, and it had gone completely fine. When we first did it, it was really good. We went to a really good place in London, a reputable surgeon, recovery, good, minimal scars. But one can't get lucky all the time. Her luck finally ran out during the second procedure, and Anna ended up losing her life on the operation table. She recalled the horrible experience. We ended up like Frankenstein. The second time we went, we wanted a cheaper option, so we went abroad. Do your research thoroughly. If it's cheap for a reason. After our surgery, within a day or two, we were in a hotel room, about to faint with blood all over the hotel room. It was like a murder scene. We both collapsed in the hotel room, bandaged up, bleeding. It was like a horror movie. This one incident should be reason alone for anyone to swear off plastic surgery. Holanda Hadid recalled a similar experience where she ended up scarred for her life when she went under the knife. Thankfully, she was able to reclaim her body and love it for her natural beauty. Living in a body free of breast implants, fillers, Botox, extensions, and all the I thought I needed in order to keep up with what society conditioned me to believe what a sexy woman should look like, until the toxicity of it all almost killed me. She reminded all her followers and fans that everyone must think long and hard before making such a huge and life-altering decision. Plastic surgery can come at a great price that not a lot of people are ready to pay. Your health is your wealth, so please make educated decisions. Research the partial information you're given by our broken system before putting anything foreign in your body. If celebrities keep ending up with shady surgeons and unhygienic procedures, it's not hard to think how awful it is for average people. Every day, new scandals emerge of plastic surgeons with fake degrees and no experience, giving people unnecessary procedures in order to fill their pockets. Even the high-profile patients from Beverly Hills aren't safe from such scams. A few years ago, Hollywood celebrities received a huge shock when one of the most renowned plastic surgeons of Beverly Hills, Dr. Jay Calvert, turned out to be a scammer.
Today we'll be removing probably about 100 inches of skin. Everything is going very well. We expect her to have a really great outcome.
Dr. Jay Calvert, who had private practices in Beverly Hills and Newport Beach, performed unnecessary surgeries on patients as part of an insurance fraud scheme. It's also rumored that the doctor allowed the USC residents and fellows he trains to operate on his private patients without their consent. Calvert turned his patients into his personal ATM machines by continuing to give them more and more unnecessary treatments. One of his victims came forward with a horrific story. Natalie had gone to Calvert for a cosmetic rhinoplasty to fix the tip of her nose after a previous accident. The operation went smoothly and Natalie went home thinking everything was perfect. But Calvert told her he just needed to do a couple of minor procedures to allegedly perfect the results. This started an unending chain of procedures, everyone making things worse than the last. Natalie sued Dr. Calvert, and her lawsuit stated, West would undergo approximately 12 additional surgeries or medical procedures, including multiple unconsented procedures, many of which were actually performed by USC students, residents, or fellows rather than by Calvert himself. Natalie was left traumatized after the whole ordeal, and her face became a shadow of the beautiful woman she once was. I don't know what was done to me, and it was like a continual comeback. I'll fix it, come back, and I'll fix it. Every time I would go back to get it fixed, it got worse. Another plastic surgeon from Beverly Hills had to pay $24 million to resolve allegations against him. Allegedly, he billed multiple times for single-use skin substitute products. To make matters worse, failed to properly dispose of unused portions of single-use skin graft materials and instead used them in later procedures, resulting in thousands of instances of double billing. Another famous surgeon that recently came under fire for allegedly doing illegal and dangerous procedures is the Celeb Plastic Surgery and Skincare. The clinic botched hundreds of surgical procedures and gave its patients irreversible damage. In one of their reviews, a patient recalls her horrible experience with the clinic. The clinic gave her a mastectomy, but it was done so poorly that the left side came unsewed, leaving the reviewer with a gaping hole that took months to heal. Instead of apologizing and fixing the problem, the clinic kept calling her back for further procedures that only made things worse. All these doctors are well respected and have huge private practices. If they stoop to these levels regularly, the shadier doctors must be so much worse. Despite knowing all this, influencers and celebrities keep recommending teenagers and young people to undergo plastic surgery. It has now become a part of the body positivity movement to talk openly about plastic surgery and portraying it as a good, healthy thing. In an interesting experiment, Insider created a TikTok account, set the age at 14 years old, and used the application to see how long it would take for one of these videos to appear. Shockingly, in just 8 minutes, the feed started showing plastic surgeons in the recommended section. Plastic surgery videos on TikTok are so popular that the hashtag plastic surgery has over 3.8 billion views. Popular stars like Charli D'Amelio have started trends like the nose job check, where they promote plastic surgery and ask their followers to upload videos of themselves after getting these cosmetic procedures done. When one of the surgeons on the platform, Dr. Kim Patrick Murray, was asked about his opinion on the matter, he had a rather interesting take on the subject. Operating on somebody that young could be a little controversial, but for me, the advantages of considering rhinoplasty at that young age allow the person to grow and be more comfortable in their own skin, and that far outweighs the negatives. The director of Mental Health Foundation, Dr. Antonis Kosalis, completely disagreed with this opinion. According to him, these professionals are making people insecure of their bodies to promote their businesses. He said, "A lot of the time, these operations are promoted based on well-being, saying that they will improve how you feel about yourself. I would like medical practitioners to be more conscious of who might see their content and to show more thoughtfulness to psychological reasons as to why people are seeking these operations. We know that a lot of these clinics use fairly predatory techniques when it comes to self-promoting their work, and that is a concern." People follow in the footsteps of their favorite celebrities. If more and more celebrities are getting their buccal fat removed or lip fillers, more ordinary people will also go to their plastic surgeons and demand a procedure that was never required in the first place. It's important that surgeons guide people about how it's important to seek plastic surgery as a last resort to medical problems, and not a beauty procedure to be performed at a whim. A plastic surgeon talked about this latest trend. It's not uncommon for people to come in trying to get what some celebrity got. However, we consider these procedures from a holistic point of view and try to guide our patients to understand what outcomes they are trying to achieve and not what specific procedures they want. But these counseling sessions are hardly ever useful, and people are continuing to undergo painful and dangerous procedures just for the sake of aesthetics. At this point, they should be reminded of how easily things can go wrong in procedures like this, and suddenly you're left with a face ruined forever. This pursuit of beauty and youth can make you lose your face forever. People are now speaking out about this horrible practice. One Twitter user took to Twitter to remind people how horrible plastic surgery can be. She wrote, "A terrible, harsh reality of getting plastic surgery is the risk of complications and sometimes even death. I want more for us women. This societal pressure to risk our lives for the sake of perfection has got to stop." Another shared her opinion. Hot take: all elective plastic surgery, all mutilation and alteration of perfectly healthy body parts is bad for the individual and for society. From boob and butt jobs to buccal fat removal, nose jobs, and even lip filler. They're all ridiculous and wrong. That's it for today, folks. Until next time, goodbye.